In the village of Arowa, there was a forest nobody entered, not because it was protected, not because wild animals lived there, but because people disappeared inside it. The forest stood at the edge of the village like a giant wall of darkness. The trees grew so closely together that even during the day, sunlight barely touched the ground beneath them. The elders called it the Forbidden Forest.
It is called the Forbidden Forest. According to the story passed from generation, anyone who enters it never comes out back.
I think the forest moves. I heard it changes positions and swallow roads. One really can't get out from there. Yes, you're right. I think the forest is alive and it also feeds on fear.
Yes, that's why we must be very careful.
A few whispered that the forest itself was alive, but nobody knew the truth, because nobody came back, except one person who returned many years ago. When villagers found him, his hair had turned completely white. He never spoke another word until the day he died. Femi never believed any of it. At 18 years old, he considered the stories nothing more than old people's tales, designed to frighten children. Trees cannot trap people, he often said. The elders would simply shake their heads. One day, his younger brother Toby went to gather firewood near the edge of the forest. He left in the morning. By afternoon, he had not returned. At first, Femi wasn't worried, but as the sun began to set, panic slowly settled into his chest. He searched around the village. Nothing. He asked farmers. Nothing. He checked the riverbank. Nothing. Nobody had seen Toby. An old man listening nearby slowly lowered his head.
The boy had entered the forest.
The words hit Femi like a stone. The villagers immediately became silent. Nobody offered to search. Nobody volunteered to help, because everyone already believed Toby was gone forever. The village elders gathered that evening. They warned Femi not to go after him.
Many have tried, none have escaped. Don't even think of going into the forest because you'll only join your brother, so stay here where it is safe.
But Femi refused to accept it. Toby was all he had left. Their parents had died years earlier. The two brothers survived by helping farmers and selling firewood. Without Toby, he would be completely alone. That night, while the village slept, Femi prepared himself. A flashlight, a cutlass, a bottle of water, protective charms given by an old herbalist.
Wear this on your neck. It will protect you from dark forces.
Then he quietly walked toward the forest. The moment he reached its edge, a strange coldness washed over him. The air felt heavier. The sounds of insects disappeared. Even the wind seemed afraid to enter. Femi swallowed hard, then stepped inside. The darkness swallowed him immediately. The trees above formed a roof so thick that the moon completely vanished. Only his flashlight pierced the blackness. Suddenly, dozens of crows erupted from the branches. Their cries echoed through the forest. Femi flinched but continued walking. His voice disappeared into the darkness. No answer. Only silence. Hours passed. The deeper he went, the stranger the forest became. A thick gray fog slowly crawled across the ground. The trees appeared closer together. Their twisted branches resembled skeletal fingers reaching toward him. Then something felt wrong. He stopped, looked down. There were footprints in the mud. Fresh footprints. Someone had walked there recently. Hope surged through him. Maybe Toby. He knelt to examine them. Then his blood turned cold. The footprints matched his own shoes. Every single one. Tun looked around. The realization struck him. He wasn't moving forward. He had been walking in circles for hours, yet he had never noticed. Fear began creeping into his mind, but he refused to leave. He shouted again. Then he heard it. A faint voice. His brother's voice. His heart nearly exploded with relief. The voice came from somewhere ahead. He followed it through the fog. The trees suddenly opened, and there it stood, a small wooden hut, hidden deep inside the forest. The structure looked ancient, as if it had been standing there for hundreds of years. The voice came again, from inside. Without thinking, he rushed forward and pushed the door open. The hut was empty. No furniture, no windows, only walls. Walls covered with names. Thousands of names, scratched into the wood. Some old, some new, names covering every surface. Femi slowly approached one section. Then his flashlight stopped. His breath caught. Toby. The name had been carved into the wall. The wood around it still looked fresh, as though it had been written recently, very recently. Femi backed away, terror flooding through his body. Toby, his voice trembled, but there was no answer, only silence. Femi ran. He burst out of the hut and sprinted through the forest. Branches tore his clothes. Roots grabbed at his feet. He didn't care. He only wanted to escape. Hours passed, then an entire day, then another. His water finished. His flashlight grew dim. His body weakened. Still he searched for a way out. But the forest never ended. Every path led somewhere familiar. Every direction felt wrong. Then one evening, through the fog, he saw it. The hut, again, standing exactly where he had first found it.
No!
His voice cracked. He slowly approached. The door creaked open. Inside, the walls remained covered in names, but something had changed. Near the bottom of the wall, a fresh carving, still bright against the wood. Femi, his own name, written beneath Toby's, as though the forest had finally accepted him, as though it had been waiting. Femi stared at it for a long time. Then he slowly sank to the floor, because he finally understood. The forest never killed anyone. It never hunted them. It never chased them. It simply refused to let them leave.